Perfect.
Yeah, it should be up now. Thank you again. I am Rahmetullah Varol, and I would like to present to you two tools that we have been developing at Founders. And they are LabNet and Data Lake, and they are both accessible at labnet.unibw.de. And it looks like this now. Data Lake is still currently under progress, under construction. So it is not live yet, but we hope to bring it to live soon as well. And LabNet is now live. Some of the functionalities are still in progress, but most of it is usable. So today I would like to introduce to you these tools and how you can use them. First, I want to talk about LabNet. So our goal with LabNet is to provide to you a tool where you can view the capabilities of our laboratories within the university, what kind of devices there are on laboratories, whether or not we can use them. And we want to bring to you some tools that facilitate maybe booking functions, scheduling functions, or facilitate a more transparent overview of all the laboratories and all the tools that we have at our disposal. And our main goal, our end goal, is to increase collaboration within the university. So if you have a laboratory, but you are lacking some tools within your laboratory, you can maybe use other tools at other laboratories to widen your network, widen your toolkit. Or if you have a idea in mind, if you want to build a startup, then you can also use the laboratories within the university. So within LabNet, what we did is we did a hierarchical design in which laboratories are under different faculties that we have at our university, and under each laboratory we have different devices, all the tools that we have within that laboratory. And this allowed us more granular control of who can modify what and who can view what. So we have a more strict security protocol within the whole system. And this made it easier to manage all the users, manage all the devices. And within a minute after my presentation, I will also do a demonstration of the website. But here I also added some screenshots from the site so we can have an idea. So at the left-hand side, we have the faculties within the university, and at the right-hand side, for one of the faculties, we have the laboratories within. We also want to develop a common information structures for all the devices that we have at the university. So we can, as I said, we can create catalogs and we can maintain them better. And we can have an idea about what tools are available at which laboratory. And here you can see some of the information structure that we have created for our devices. We have some of the general information for each device, and then we have calibration information and technical information, and also we have cost information as well. So we hope to also develop tools which will help us maintain the devices within the laboratory. So if some of the devices need to be calibrated on a regular basis, you can come here and you can see all that information within a common infrastructure, and we can see better what is the cost structure for each device within the university. So we can have a more transparent catalog of devices. And yeah, so this I already talked about. One point maybe we also want to develop, this is not available yet, but we want to develop the ability to create custom tracking list for your devices or equipment, where you can, maybe you have some devices which are not part of a laboratory strictly, but maybe part of a project or maybe part of an event. So you can create a tracking list for them as well and manage them under LabNet. Yeah, this is a screenshot from that as well. And we have developed a basic search functionality where you can do keyword-based search within the database and quickly find devices within the university. We hope to soon increase the functionality of our search function. So maybe we can do more smart searches where maybe there's an idea that you have that you want to do within the university capabilities, and maybe you can just type that idea and we can show you a guide on where you can go and which steps that you can take. But we are still working on this, but currently what we have is a basic search functionality. And this is the screenshot for that as well. And we also have an appointment function that we can use for devices. So this is an important point for us, but this also requires some collaboration from our partners as well. So we want to add the functionality to book devices and equipments as well. So maybe you can come to LabNet and you can see what devices there are, and you can also book the device from LabNet as well. So we have created an appointment function for that. But of course, for this to be usable, what we need is for the responsible person for that device to take care of this as well. So, that device needs to be available for other people as well, so we can make better use of the all the resources that we have. And we have also created an integration function for commonly used web calendars that we generally use Outlook within our university. So the calendar that we keep track of within LabNet is also integratable to Outlook as well. And here you can see the user interface for that. And for LabNet, what we currently need is to increase our database, to increase the number of laboratories that we have registered within. So if you are within a laboratory, or if you are the manager of a laboratory and you want to add your lab to our database, you can contact us. We can give you the permissions to do that. We can, so you can add your laboratory to our database as well, so you can be more visible throughout the university. And I also want to talk about Data Lake. Data Lake is another tool that we are developing. This is more geared towards storing and sharing data, that especially data that you collect within your laboratories, within the experiments that you do, or within the context of your research. So this is, as I said, still in progress, but we hope to soon make it available as well. So we want to facilitate on-premise cloud storage, so you can store your data within LabNet, and you can access it through your browser, and you can share the stored data within departments, within custom teams, and you can have a granular control over who you share your data with. And this is I'm not going to do a demo about data lake, but this is what it looks like. So you can store different kind of data. For example, you can store time series data, or you can store images that you collect from your microscope. Currently, we have generally we can store vector-like or matrix-like data, but we will also increase the capabilities of we will create more. We'll make available more different kind of data as well. And then you can tag your data. So if you make it available to public, you can search for it later, and people can easily find what kind of data that you have collected and see what you are working on. And one of the functionalities that we aim to bring is automatic upload function. So we want to integrate LabNet with your devices. So when you collect some images, when you do some experiments, they are automatically uploaded into LabNet, or they are uploaded within a process that you have defined customly. So this is what we call data lake adapter. But of course, this also allows whether or not that device has an interface with which we can adapt the data lake to. And this is another screenshot of, so here you can see a time series data, time series graph that we have stored. And this you can make available so people can see, okay, what experiments that have already been done about the topic. And you can also modify, you can also control who has access to this data, who can see it, who can modify it, who can download it, etc. You can manage how it is visualized, how it is shown on the browser. And we, of course, want to increase the visualization options as well. We want to make it so that you can create a nice presentation of your research, of your work. So you can have a portfolio of your research that people can see directly, like perhaps a social network for research. And another functionality that we aim to bring is to be able to track origin devices, so that in the long run we can analyze the data that it was collected from a device, and we can see whether or not time has an effect on the experiment results, whether or not the experiment results deteriorate or change over time. This is some or whether or not there's a statistical difference between different kind of devices that we use within the university. Does using one microscope or the other, or one dynamic scattering DLS or the other, affect your results? So having a database like that would allow us to control or analyze that as well. And as I said, you can organize your data with tags, so you can manage it, you can see it better. And this is my presentation. Again, you can access these tools through labnet.unibw.de, and you can contact me at rahmetullah.varol@unibw or through my number. So I'll just leave this here for a bit. So as I said, if you are interested in LabNet, or if you want to add your laboratory to LabNet, you can contact me. Or if you have some ideas, if you want to collaborate somehow, you can please contact me through this information. And I will just quickly show you what it looks like. So you can log in using your UniBw credentials, UniBw username and password. I will just log in as the admin user so I can show you the admin interface as well. So we have a listing of the faculties. We can modify or delete them. And we have a listing for each faculty. We have a listing of the laboratories. Again, if you have permissions to modify a faculty, you can add new laboratories or you can modify your own laboratory from this page. And for each laboratory, we have a listing of the devices. We have a listing of all the devices within this laboratory. And for each device, we have as I said, we have a structure of information. And what we try to do is to make this modular so we can create new interfaces, new information sources as well. Currently, what we have is the general information and cost information, calibration information, and technical information. But as this is a modular structure, we can also create new tabs, new information sources as well. And for each device, we can also modify or modify this device, or we can modify the device, and we want to also add the functionality to create new modules where you can store custom information as well. And so also there's the functionality to import from Excel files as well. So if you have an Excel file where this information is stored, you can directly import your devices from there as well. Yeah, okay. And data lake is currently under progress, but hopefully when it is done, maybe we can make another presentation about data lake as well. And this is all from my side. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Rahmet. Perfect. I hope it was all clear. We're going to do it like this. I'm going to show you also very quickly how this booking option for our Founders Market works, because it can be interesting for some of you. Then we're going to go right away with the prototyping server. And at the end, we're going to have 10 to 15 minutes for question for both apps. Okay, so if you have any question, please, you can either write it on the chat right away, or you can just wait until the end, and we're going to go for a round. So I'm also going to share my screen just like Rahmet did. 1 second, I'm going right away. Okay, so our Founders Market, where you can see here down. So Rahmet already presented LabNet and Data Lake, which is going to be coming soon. We have our Founders Market. What is our Founders Market? It's this room that we have in building 30, so near Brandl, where like maybe some of you knew before it was a supermarket. Now it's our Founders Market. So I'm just going to show you here the gallery, some little photos. So it looks kind of like this. It's an open space. Now it's a lot of like tables and chairs, and it's changing the whole time. And it's very good for like events or teamworks or meetings or even recordings, presentations of books, all of this kind of stuff. You can organize it here. It's totally free of charge. It's from us, like to the UniBw community. And through this tool, you can come and book it. So how does it work? Pretty quick, easy. You go here to book now, and you can see already, like, for example, today, the Präsidialabteilung at UniBw, they already booked it. They are doing an event right now, today, and you can see it's booked all day. And then you can go, for example, tomorrow, well, also Präsidialabteilung, then here on the 20th, it's already free, and you can go and book. And then every day you're going to see if there are happening events or something. If you want a new event, you just click on new booking. You put all the details that are here, your name and your contact information, because we're going to talk to this person and you're going to get an automatic email. and then we get your request if it's okay, and we know that it can be used. We can just accept it, and you're going to get an email, and then we're going to get in contact with you to tell you how to enter the room. So it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy. Maybe what you do need to know is that you cannot like do catering because Brandl is there, so you can go to Brandl and they can do the service for you. And also it's for like, let's say 60 to 80 people. You do have to check that there are enough chairs, you know, for your event. So we are going to talk to you if you need it at some point. But as I said, Founders Market open to everyone at UniBw from our side, and also bookable through LabNet, through this through our app. So I'm going to also stop my screen, and then we're going to go right away to our last tool today, which is the prototyping server. So Johan, whenever you're ready. Perfect. And I think if you talk, I can see you as a presenter to see if everything is okay.
Well, I'm ready.
Perfect. Okay, so stage is yours.
Okay, great. Well, I hope everyone can hear me fine, and I can finally share my, project that's going on for a little over a year now with, there was Beschaffung in between, so, you have to allow for some slack. So I'm going to present the prototyping server, which is basically a service we're going to provide as founders to people with IT skills who want to work on ideas, because as I see it as founders, part of our bigger project is sort of, finding people, have some ideas who would like to try them out, but just don't have the resources, or it's, or just don't think it's possible. And I think I personally wanted to do something for people who have ideas for IT or programming, people who just want to code something cool, but who don't have the resources for that until now for some reason. So I think a start for that can be the prototyping server. And so let me first specify a bit to whom I'm addressing this. Like I said, basically anyone who wants to program something. So maybe a little more specific towards IT people, but I think a lot of people have enough IT skills to build a prototype. So it comes down to who is interested in working on a hobby project for fun or career. And this isn't like I said, really limited. I would just any UniBw members who would be interested in some IT prototyping, I'd be happy to get in contact with. And so you could get maybe a bit of a better picture. Okay, what are we talking about now? Well, specifically, it's a server. I'm not sure if it looks exactly like this, but we bought a server. It's being run by the Rechenzentrum, but administrated by us right now. And basically, it's capable to do a bunch of web hosting, to host web pages or other servers, and even a few in parallel. I've been working on setting it up a bit, and it's pretty much operational. I couldn't prepare a demo for today, but if anyone has questions on the specifics of how it works, of course, please get in contact with me. So if you're still wondering, okay, is this in any way relevant to me? Is this something that I could use? Maybe I want to talk a bit. Okay, what do you need web hosting for? Why do you need it? And basically, web hosting, for who isn't familiar, is just the process of running a website or a web app. It can be, a website can be a bunch of things. It's basically a computer that you can reach over the internet. And I really don't really know how to totally define what you can do with it, but it can, for example, be useful, for if you want to build a system that needs a central database. That could be run by our server, or maybe you want to host some special visualizations of your data and run a personal website for that. Or, a backend for an app could be an example. Anything that is needed to integrate a bunch of other devices. I think people who've worked with web programming before will probably know what I'm talking about. So maybe the more interesting question would be, why would you come to us for that? You could go to Amazon Web Services or any sort of vendor, but having worked with them personally a bit in the past, I think I could say, we can make it a little bit easier for you. You don't need to buy cloud hosting and get to know understand the specific systems of that vendor. You only have to understand our specific system. But I think it's a pretty general system. It's built on Linux and Docker, but you only need to know, you're going to be working on Linux if you work with us and have access to SSH. That's a way of terminal access. But if you only understand a bit of programming, but not so much server management, I can help you out with that. And we can basically give you a little sandbox where you can build your web service, and it already has a domain. And we can also manage encryption for you. So in the top of your browser, HTTP, HTTPS, you can offer an HTTP website, and it'll run at HTTPS. And yeah, that's pretty much the service that we can offer with the server that we bought. And maybe I can, if this is too super specific for you, maybe I can give a bit of a bigger picture from what I'm trying to do here. Like I said, I want to support IT innovators, people who want to program something, who want to perhaps even program something new and innovative, who want to get into open source software is another topic that I'm passionate about, and some other people might be as well. And so I was hoping to sort of just more generally attract people who are interested in programming and software engineering, and see if we can get a little community going at UniBw. Just have some events, perhaps a newsletter, and first a network between each other, and also for the future, of thinking about some events to present your ideas and to sort of a geeky audience to talk about things that most people don't really care about. Only, oh, you build a program, does it work? Yes or no? Perhaps some people who want to talk more about the technical specifics might want to get in touch. Well, that's pretty much what I'm here to offer today. We have this cool free web hosting service, and if you're interested, basically talk to me, send me an email, or call me. And if you're generally interested in people who code and build software, getting together at UniBw, send me a mail as well, and I'll put you on a mailing list for now. And I'm just gonna see who's interested for a month or two, and then maybe we can make an event or organize us spontaneously. So yeah, that's my pitch. I hope it was interesting for some people, and thank you, Phoebe, for organizing. I would hand back to you.